The Bermuda Triangle, also referred to as the Devil's Triangle, Limbo of the Lost, or the Twilight Zone. It's located in the North Atlantic Ocean, and you won't be able to find it on a map because the US Board on Geographic Names does not recognize the Devil's Triangle as an actual location, for obvious reasons. Imagine being in geography class in elementary, and the teacher's like, okay, yeah, we have this place, it's called the Devil's Triangle, awesome, Illuminati confirmed, let's do it. It spans over 500,000 square miles of the Atlantic Ocean. The triangle points, or the Devil Triangle's points rather, goes from the southern tip of Florida to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and of course, Bermuda. For years, it's been seen in movies, TV shows, parodies, short stories, and most importantly, Tony Hawk Underground 2. But why exactly was I busting out heel flips next to a crashed plane? Why was I doing ollies over a UFO? Where did this madness begin? What the f is up with the Bermuda Triangle? Here to possibly answer that question for you, I'm Taylor McWaters. Throw on those tinfoil hats, grab a cold one, let's talk shop. The tale of the triangle really kicked off back in 1964 when this article was released by Vincent Gaddis, and the article was titled The Deadly Bermuda Triangle, and it was published with Argosy magazine. Now this article helped launch this global conspiracy. Its contents were mostly a what not to do guide when it comes to braving the storms. So ships that have gone missing, planes that suddenly vanished, whatever the case, you name it. But the triangle's history goes back even further to the Christopher Columbus days. It's said he witnessed a flame crashing into the sea out of the sky, just this fireball that fell from the sky. So maybe it was a Decepticon or an Autobot. I don't know, could have gone either way.
Humans don't deserve to live. They deserve to choose for themselves.
Yeah, because if we're gonna trust any traveler's judgment, we're gonna go with Christopher Columbus. Cool, for sure. He knows what he's doing. That's why I'm here now. I'm like, I'm here and not over there, Christopher Columbus. But it wasn't just at sea where these weird happenings would take place either. No, the sky was also full of mysteries as well. Like this one case that dates all the way back to 1945, where on the afternoon of December 5th, there were 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers. They left at 2:10 p.m. and the last radio contact they had was at 4 p.m. They disappeared. Gone. All 5 planes disappeared just like that, along with the 27 men that were aboard. Now normally you would think, oh, maybe the weather was foul, plus planes back then weren't built like planes today. Now we have planes with like stairs, bars, it could fit hundreds of people, like those Fly Emirates planes, holy shit. That's not even legally a plane, that's just like a hotel in the sky. Yeah, back then planes were made of like Bristol board, they weren't nearly as durable. So maybe they got caught in a bad storm, planes got thrown into the water, makes sense. But the statement that the Navy makes is a little bit fishy, a little bit weird. They say that they disappeared as if they had flown to Mars. Mars, that's the first thing you can think of. What a great example. That guy's for sure an alien who just outed himself. Oh, it was crazy, it's like they disappeared to Mars, or someplace where things commonly disappeared to. US Navy or Skrull invasion? You be the judge. Or perhaps they were just white squalls, which is not a Marvel Cinematic villain. No, white squalls occur when a sudden burst of air just launches down towards the ground. And that specific part of the ocean, they're more common. So you would just get this big whoosh, and then all that air that gets rocked down would then get pushed outwards. So these strong winds would just come out of nowhere for a hot minute, and then boom, they're gone, just like that. Like those air cannons, remember those? Remember just launching your hot breath halfway across the room for fun? Those were great, those were the times. I got my grandma good one time. She had no idea what the was going on. I just whispered, turn around, and then blasted it. Boom. That's actually how she passed away. So it would be that, but with the might of Thor behind it. So dinky sailboats didn't stand a chance against these wind funnels. So white squalls may be the most logical explanation, but the most logical isn't always the most fun, right? I don't know. And sometimes wind may not even be a factor here. That's the part of this triangle mystery. Especially when it comes to the USS Cyclops. Over 100 years later, we still have no idea what happened to the 309 crew members or the ship. They disappeared without a trace. Cool, that happens. No one wants to talk about it. Awesome, ships are just disappearing. Honestly, my vote is aliens. Now I go back to aliens. Because apparently now we have UFOs. How lovely is that? We love watching the news.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
Awesome, you'd love to see it. New variants of COVID-19 and also aliens. Tune in at 6. So what happened with the USS Cyclops? Okay, well back in 1918, this massive ship would transport coal all around the world. Its voyages would span from the Baltic Sea, the Caribbean, and Mexico. So when America entered World War I, the USS Cyclops was a key naval asset. It would transport troops as well as goods. So come March 1918, it left Brazil headed for Barbados, and the last message from the ship may be the most haunting. Weather fair, all well. Just those 4 words, that's it. Weather fair, all good. Peace, bye, gotta go. Parents over shoulder, must leave now. But something was not well and the results were quite unfair. Nobody was ever seen from that ship again. There were no distress calls sent out. They didn't find any pieces of the ship float to any shore, nothing. Now, of course, a big theory to this was the time. This was barely a year into the war, so maybe the Cyclops got taken out by a German submarine. But after all these years, we're still not sure if that was the case, as it's unlikely that any type of German craft was around there at all at the time. Now, another theory is that the disappearances are caused from giant methane bubbles hitting the surface of the water. This natural gas would be trapped in the sediment at the ocean floor, and then when it's released, it's a lot of force, goddamn, it's a mighty amount of force, and it could cause the waters to rise or move drastically, and ships will sink. Now, the methane is said to have properties that could disturb the air as well, making the atmosphere turbulent.
Wow. That's wow.
Oh my goodness.
So much activity right now.
Now, this isn't always a massive Michael Bay explosion that comes from this. Sometimes the methane bubbles are quite relaxing. I don't know, let's ask this crab what he thinks.
It's the pulsing in the water column. Walk over to inspect the disturbance.
Wow, looks pretty intense. For sure it can sink hundreds of ships. That one little bubble can sink. Maybe it's the crab. Maybe the crab's like, blah, and throwing shit. I don't know. So honestly guys, who knows? There's a lot of logical answers to the triangle, but nothing is really sticking. What do you think the truth is? I can't believe people actually think the Bermuda Triangle is paranormal. Some people are like, yeah, there's ghosts. There's for sure ghosts there. Like, maybe it's aliens, maybe it's wind, maybe it's methane bubbles, maybe it's Maybelline, but I really don't think ghosts are behind this devil's triangle at all. That'd be so boring. This isn't Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't think thousands of ghosts are just hanging out in the Atlantic waiting for passerbyers to be like, hey, I'm not, they're gone too fast. I would just be praying for a carnival cruise to come by or something fun. Like, can we go down the slide, please? We've been here for years, I'm so bored. Oh my God, someone send some bubbles up. Well guys, there you have it. Drop us a comment down below what you think the truth is behind the Bermuda Triangle, the Devil's Triangle. See, most of these cases are still left wide open, so you may just be the missing piece of the puzzle after all. It's up to you. It's all on you. National treasure, you got this. Guys, I've been your host, Taylor McWaters. Join us next time on What the F Wednesdays. We're gonna dive into black holes, quicksand, spiders, whatever makes you uncomfortable, let us know, you name it, and we'll bring it. Until next time, guys, thanks for joining us on Life's Biggest Questions. See ya.